The very first 6-star EXable rock type tech sync pair. That's the easiest way to describe who Gordy is. Well, is he worth your gems or should you just save up? In this video, we discuss that. So, if you're excited, do hit the thumbs up button as well as subscribe if you haven't. Also, don't forget to leave your notifications on and set to all because you will miss out on a lot of videos if you don't. And with that said, cue the intro. Yo, 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 this is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt, the artist Team Skull Grunt. And this is Pokemon Masters EX, guys. In this video, we discuss Gordie Coalossal. And honestly, this video took me a lot of convincing myself to do. I've been losing motivation. If you notice the decreasing amount of videos that I've done for Pokemon Masters recently, I've been slowly losing motivation, and something very unfortunate happened earlier, which was I got completely shafted with Raihan, and I will keep it at that, which made me even less motivated to play the game. So, force myself to do this video since Gordy is coming out on Monday. And yeah, this is your scout or skip for him, so yeah, I would appreciate it if you give this video a thumbs up, as it, the more thumbs ups, the more I get motivated as well. And, tell me in the comment section if you are interested on scouting or, what your thoughts about this sync pair is. But, as I said, this is the very first rock-type tech sync pair that can be 6-star EX. And he is the second one out of this month's sync pairs. Well, if you consider, this update's sync pairs. The second one. The first one being SYGNA WALLY, who came out a couple of days ago. Then we have Gordy, then followed by Melanie 2 days after, followed by Victor 2 days after, followed by Fall Iris October 17, and followed by Fall Alistair October 19 rather. And October 1 Raihan's banner, blah blah blah, so on and so forth. But that's about that. Gordy and Melanie are the Spotlight Scouts of this update, and as you might know, Spotlight Scouts are permanent. So you can actually just skip entirely this. But if you are, impatient, excited, you want everyone immediately, there is one sure way to get a copy, and that is by using paid gems. Yes, you can use 7,500 paid gems in order to scout one sure copy of Gordie and Coalossal, as well as Melanie and Lapras once her banner comes out. And you will not just be, getting one copy, but you will also be getting enough 5-star power-ups to make him 6-star EX immediately. I don't think you get the Champion Spirits, but I might be wrong. But, enough 5-star or custom 5-star power-ups for Gordie and Coalossal to instantly make him 6-star EX. So, I guess 7,500 gems is a nice deal, but then you have to spend money in the game in order to get one copy this way. So, how this works is that you have 3 multiples. The first one is half discount. So, 50% off, that's 1,500 paid gems. And then the next 2 will be 3,000 paid gems. So there's always the chance of you getting a copy with those 3 multiples. And then after the 3rd multiple, you basically get a ticket scout to get one sure copy of Gordy or Melanie. So yeah, that's the perk of going the paid route. But then you also have the non-paid route, which is essentially the same as other banners. Basically, if you get shafted, that's 36,600 non-paid gems. But then the first 3 multiples will also give you candy coins. So for Gordy, you get 3 tech candy coins in the first 3 multiples. 1 move candy coin or tech move candy coin each of the 3 multiples, which they have to make tech, or rather move candies, a lot easier to obtain. I have asked your opinion about the 5 out of 5 thing. I haven't had the motivation to make the video yet, but I've been also trying to compose myself. You know, I don't want to make a video with the bitter thing inside. I want to analyze and talk about it with a level, clear-headed mind, so that I'll be as you know, as fair as possible with my analysis. So I'm letting it pass for a couple more days until I chill. And yeah, that's basically it. And if you want to know bird's eye view of each one, I have a video for that, the October Sync Pairs Who to Scout for video, where I talk about each one with a quick description or quick analysis of each one. So WALLY, SYGNA Suit WALLY Poke Fair, Melanie and Gordy are spotlights, Victor is a Poke Fair, or rather Fall Iris and Fall Ace. Why do I keep saying Acerola? Fall Alistair are seasonals. And then we have the 2 Poke Fairs, that's SYGNA Suit WALLY and Victor, requiring 5 out of 5 in order to unlock the entire sync grid. You do not need 5 out of 5, but if you want to unlock the entire thing, you need 5 out of 5. So that's it. Let us now analyze Gordie and Coalossal. If you see this background, not yet. I'm not crumbling to dust just yet. We can still battle. Congratulations, you have successfully obtained Gordie and Coalossal. Now, I guess I like the touch of the snow in the background because Melanie also has this. I guess it's signifying that winter is coming, something like that, you know, hinting it's the Burr month, so it's snowing now or something. It never snows in my country though. So that is that. And as a level 140 sync pair, he has those stats. He is a G-Max, or he has a G-Max form. And basically he has the moves G-Max Vocale, and what this does is that it applies the damage or rock damage field to the opponent's field of play, and every single time the opponents attack, they will get damage from the rock damage field. The first sync pair that was able to do this was Bertha with Stealth Rock. So this is a non-permanent condition. So after a couple of turns, or after a couple of seconds, minutes, whatever, 1 minute is probably very long. I don't think it lasts 1 minute. The rock damage field will disappear. So it's not a permanent thing unless you have the, you know, the champion stadium parameter where field effects are permanent, but then it's not permanent. Max Flare makes the weather sunny. And Max Guard basically gives anyone, your choice, a damage guard next effect. And then back to his moves, we have Rock Tomb, which basically lowers the opponent's speed by 1 stat rank. We have Flame Charge, which is a fire type move, which speeds you up 1 speed stat up. And then we got Tar Shot, which brings in lowers the opponent's speed by 1, as well as lowers the opponent's fire type rebuff by 1. What is a rebuff, guys? This is the new mechanic of the game, starting with SYGNA Suit WALLY. 1 rebuff is basically, the lower the rebuff, the lower the opponent's resistance to that type. The higher the rebuff, the stronger the defenses, the resistance. So you want to lower the opponent's rebuff, and per 1 rebuff, you get to increase your damage by 1.3 times. Then the second rebuff will be 1.5 times, and the third rebuff will be 1.6 times. Now, Tar Shot can only be used twice. So you can lower one opponent's rock type rebuff maximum of 2. Or you can choose to lower one opponent's rock type rebuff and another opponent's rock type rebuff. You can choose, but there is no MP refresh for this one. So you're limited to just using 2 char shots, lowering 2 opponents. Oh wait, sorry, it's not the rock type rebuff, it's fire type rebuff. I was completely wrong. Oh no, my computations are now all wrong, guys. Oh well, we'll deal with that later. Not just yet, raises your attack by 2 and then raises your defense and critical hit rate +1. And then yeah, that's basically it. And then you have the passive skills Hot to the Touch 4. When you get hit by the opponent, you have a 50% chance of burning the opponent. Post Haste 9, when you get hit by an attack, you get to raise your speed stat +2. And Hunter's Instinct, the lower the opponent's speed stat, the stronger your attacks are. So his sync move is called Stylish Hard Rock Impact. The lower the opponent's speed is, the stronger the damage. So how do you lower the opponent's speed? By using Rock Tomb, Rock Tomb, Rock Tomb. You get to lower the opponent's speed stat. And later on we will discuss he also has a tile in his grid that allows him to lower the opponent's speed stat by a little bit more. How do you raise your speed stat? By using Flame Charge, or by getting hit by the opponent's attacks for Post Haste 9 to trigger speed you up per attack. 2 speed stats per attack. Now, with a sync grid, 1 out of 5 you get nothing very important. 2 out of 5 you get quite a couple of multipliers. You got Burn Synergy 3. If the opponent is burned, stronger damage. That applies for both his rock type attacks as well as his rock type and fire type attack, guys. So Flame Charge as well as Rock Tomb. Charging Sun 3 if the weather is sunny, stronger damage. G-Max Volcalith, Max Defense Crush 2, basically lowers the opponent's defense stat -2 after you use G-Max Volcalith. Max Guard Shielded 2, when you use Max Guard, everyone in your team's defense stat +2. Not just yet Berserker 1, not just yet raises your attack stat +2. And with Berserker 1, you get to raise your attack stat +3 instead of +2. But I'd rather get the MP Refresh instead, because MP Refresh gives me a chance to raise my defense stat as well as critical hit rate. So I think that the MP Refresh is much better than getting Berserker 1. Then you got Rock Damage Field Power Up 3, which powers up your attacks, your Rock Tomb as well as Flame Charge by around 30% when there is a rock damage field. That means when you use either Bertha's Stealth Rock or his G-Max Volcalith. Now again, this is not a permanent thing unless you have the field effects are permanent parameter in Champion Stadium. Scorching Sync 3 if the opponent is burned, stronger sync move damage. Speeding Sun 2 speeds up your move gauge when the weather is sunny. And then you got 3 out of 5 sync move multiplier. If the opponent's speed, or rather, the lower the opponent's speed is lower, the stronger the sync move is. Cakewalk is basically his built-in multipliers as well. So you have double Cakewalk. The lower the opponent's speed is, this plus the built-in multiplier triggers. Fast Track 9 is another way of speeding him up. Every single time you use a move, so that's either Tar Shot or Flame Charge or Rock Tomb, you get to raise your speed stat +1. Head Start 1 lowers your sync move countdown -1 at the start of the battle. Ramming Speed, the higher your speed stat is, the stronger your Rock Tomb and Flame Charge are. You got Rock Tomb Trip Up 9. This one is another way of lowering the opponent's speed. So instead of lowering the opponent's speed -1 when you use Rock Tomb, this basically lowers the opponent's speed -2 instead every single time you use Rock Tomb. And then you got to power up your Max Flare, G-Max Volcalith, as well as sync moves at 3 out of 5. But then you cannot get everything in his grid. as usual. So we move on to the Pokemon Masters tools, POMA tools of STDK12, and we discuss this. So 1 out of 5, no problem, you get mostly everything except one tile. So your choice which tile you will not get. For me, I remove speed +5, but you can actually remove any other tile you want so that you will have enough to, you know, for his entire grid. 2 out of 5, you know, I like multipliers. So we get the multipliers. We got Scorching Sync 3 if the opponent is burned, stronger sync move damage. We got Burn Synergy 3 at the top right. If the opponent is burned, stronger attacks, rock damage field power up 3. Again, this is temporary, but if you have the damage or rock damage field in the opponent's field of play, you get to power up your moves by around 30%. Charging Sun 3 if the weather is sunny, you get to power up your attacks by 30%. And let's not forget that Sun powers up fire moves. So if you use Flame Charge, this will not just power up your Flame Charge, but an additional Charging Sun power up, something like that. Speeding Sun 2 speeds up the move gauge when the weather is sunny. Now again, sync grids are, you know, completely your decision, completely customizable whatsoever. So there's no right and wrong here. This is just how I would probably build. We got a trainer move MP refresh 2 again. I feel that this is much better than the Berserker one because you get to power up or increase your defense as well as critical hit rate by having an MP refresh. And then a 3 out of 5. This one is for the Sync move multiplier. We got Cakewalk, Scorching Sync, and Inertia, as well as 2 Sync new tiles over there. And then we have one bonus thing, and I just chose Ramming Speed over here to the bottom right, but I can actually remove this and pick the MP Refresh 2 so that I can maximize my attack stat and so on and so forth. But it's completely up to you guys. So that is how I would build the Sync move multiplier. This is just pure sync damage, maximum sync damage. And then for the other one, I have another one. This is the attack move multiplier. So we got Charging Sun 3 bottom left, Ramming Speed bottom right. Top right, we got Burn Synergy 3 as well as Rock Damage Field Power Up 3 when there is a Gmax Volcalith thing. And then we are expected to use Gmax Volcalith here. So when you use it, you get to lower the opponent's defense stat -2 because of Max Defense Crush 2 at the top right of the screen. So those are my grid options. Again, there are many other options that you can play with, but I think those are the things that I will stick with, guys. So let's move back to this. And again, the schedule. He's coming back, or he's coming out on October 3. That's Monday. He ends on October 23, or rather 24. The last day is on October 23. And after that, after October 23, whatever banner comes out, he will be there. Which means, I think he should be, technically, he should be in the Pokemon Masters Day banner. But it's possible that he won't be in that banner. But technically, as of this, as of how this should work, he should be in the Pokemon Masters Day banner. He will not be in the fall banners though. And he will be in next month's banner. So take that, keep that in mind. And again, they're not limited units. Gordy and Melanie are not limited, but the other 4 are limited units. So keep that in mind. And now if we do a comparison, Gordy has the highest attack stat out of the bunch, but the lowest speed stat out of the bunch. And if you look at his multipliers, he has technically the most sync move multipliers out of the bunch as well. You got built-in Cakewalk, you got another Cakewalk, you got Inertia. The higher the speed stat is, you get Scorching Sync 3 if the opponent is burned, stronger damage. Again, Burn Synergy 3 if the opponent is burned. Charging Sun if the weather is sunny. Hunter's Instinct if the opponent's speed is lowered. Rock Damage Field Power Up 3 if there's a rock damage field. And the higher the speed stat is, ramming speed will power up your attacks. So, those are the sync pairs that we have. Now we compare him with other rock types. And again, this is the very first tech rock type that can be 6-star EX. All the other 6-star EXable rock types currently are all strikers. I pick the strongest ones, I guess. Now, Kukui is a tech sync pair, rock type tech sync pair, but no 6-star EX yet. I wonder when Kukui will get the 6-star EX. But we compare him with with Classic Blue, with Emmet, with Cosplay Hilda, with Olivia. If you complain why SYGNA Suit Brock is not here, SYGNA Suit Brock, well, compared to the others, are not exactly that much used. These are the popular rock types out there. And Gordy has the highest HP out of everyone, with the lowest speed stat. He also has the highest defense, but I guess that's to be expected because he's a tech sync pair. All the others are strikers. But Olivia has the highest special defense out of the bunch. In terms of attack, Olivia has the highest attack stat at level 140. Classic Blue is the only sync pair here that uses special attack. That's rock type Hyper Beam. And Classic Blue also has the highest speed. Olivia has the lowest HP. But Emmet has the lowest attack here, as you can see. But he has a multiplier or a passive skill called Healthy Strength 5. I think it's called that. And basically, if his HP is above 50%, his attack stat is multiplied by 1.5. But then that's a passive skill. We're just talking about the normal, the default stats here. And those are the stats across the board. Now, these are the multipliers out of everyone. Classic Blue with Critical Strike 1 and Haymaker with the Sync Move multipliers. Emmet with Healthy Strength 5. Sandblaster 5 if it is Sandstorming. So, one thing you want to take note of is Gordy is reliant on Sun. Meanwhile, most of the others are reliant on Sandstorm. Olivia, Sandstorm, Sandblaster 5, Surging Sand, Sandblaster 5, Sand Superiority, something for Emmet. Classic Blue with Surging Sand. Cosplay Hilda, a little bit different, no reliance on weather conditions, but Sun for Gordy. And you can take a look at all these. Cosplay Hilda, if the opponent's weak to rock type, double down. Super effective up next. Towering Force, the higher your defense stat is. What else can we discuss? Diamond Storm ramming speed, the higher your speed stat is. Tough Cookie, the higher the defense. And yeah, that's basically it. But how do these convert into numbers? And this is what it looks like with the maximum possible damage. With the opponent's defenses lowered to minimum, with everyone having super effective up next, with the proper weather condition, with 6-star EX across the board, and so on and so forth. This is the calculation that I came up with the Pokemon Masters tools. So, Gordy has the lowest max attack damage, or DPS if you want to call it, 1,217,430. Take note, this is Rock Tomb. And highest Sync Nuke damage, which is to be expected because he's a tech sync pair while the others are strikers, 20,922,300. Emmet has the highest DPS with 3275251, followed by Classic Blue over here, followed by Cosplay Hilda, followed by Olivia. In fact, let us sort these out, which it looks something like this, guys. So, those are the sorted by the damage. But now, you know, Gordy's attack is pretty low. And if you're curious who has the highest attack damages, this is what it looks like when we sort the rock type attack damage for everyone. Emmet is the highest, Classic Blue, Cosplay Hilda, then Raihan with the new Weathered Warrior grid as well as all his other power-ups. And then Roark, surprisingly, 1,959,552. But take note that Roark does not have an expanded sync grid yet. And it's just insane how he can reach those numbers. Take note, everyone has to have super effective up next again. But it's impressive how Roark can reach those numbers. But then, Roark, once he uses Head Smash, instant self-inflicted KO. He's gonna faint. He's gonna die. So, Roark is not exactly that usable in terms of normal attacks. In terms of Sync Nuke, Roark is the lowest over here. Raihan, well, we do not consider Raihan because he's a steel type. But then, if we sort out according to Sync Nuke damage, this is what it looks like right now. Gordy, 20,922,300, followed by Olivia, 7,784,626, followed by Grant, 7,697,673, followed by Brock, surprisingly no 6-star EX form yet, 6,955,858, followed by Cosplay Hilda, 6,293,440. We do not have a lot of rock types, so expect, you know, we see strikers here and there here in this list, but Olivia is a striker, Cosplay Hilda is a striker, Grant and Brock are texting pairs. That's that, guys. Oh wait, is Brock tech or support? I think he's tech. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I computed the next slide wrong, so I'm gonna pass through this. I thought it was rock type rebuff. Apparently, it's fire type rebuff. So, fire type rebuff. Let's quickly talk about that right now. So basically, you get to lower the opponent's fire type resistance and increase your fire type damage by 1.5%. I did not include fire type computations in this list because his fire type damage is not exactly impressive until I discovered about the fire type rebuff. Shake my head. But then, you know, it's a brand new sync pair. It's a brand new, if you're looking for a rock type, you know, tech sync pair, it's the first one. If you're looking for sync nuker rock type, you want to finish off one opponent immediately, Gordy is the way to go. If you're tired of using Olivia always and stuff, maybe Gordy is for you, but then remember that as a tech sync pair, you can only hit one opponent when you use your sync move, as opposed to Olivia or Cosplay Hilda or Emmet or Classic Blue, which you can hit everyone. Gordy, you can only hit one opponent when you use a sync move. But then again, you can get to lower the opponent's speed stat, you get to increase your speed stat, but take note that your own speed stat is pretty low as well. And if you want to pair him up with some fire type sync pairs, you know, just use Star Shot, lower the opponent's fire type rebuff, and then increase your fire type damage. Increase your teammates' fire type damage by around 1.5 times damage, making them much stronger than usual. So that is a quick look at Gordy again. I tried my best to convince myself to do this video because I really was feeling unmotivated. But that's that. I hope you enjoyed this. But again, as usual, let me share why you should scout and why you should not scout. Why you should scout? Because you want one copy. And if you want one copy, I highly suggest you just go for the 3 multi-pulls for the candy coin presents, or the paid route, 7,500 gems for one copy, or both but not exceeding those 6 multiples. Unless, you know, you're crazy and you're a whaler and you want 5 out of 5 or 3 out of 5 on day 1, then who am I to stop you, right? So, just, you know, for a player who wants one Gordy, go for 3 multiples and 3 paid multiples, or either of the which, or don't pull at all for your finally 1 copy of a tech rock type sync pair. If you go for the paid route, again, you can 6-star EX him for free technically. And what else? You want to power up your fire types. You probably have Leon, probably Anniversary, and probably SYGNA Suit May, probably, I don't know, SYGNA Suit Morty. You want to play around the Silver. They'll become much stronger when you use Star Shot against the opponent. Why you should not scout? He's a Spotlight Scout and he will be available next month in the Villain Arc sync pairs, whoever they are. As well as probably the Pokemon Masters Day thing. They're permanent sync pairs, so you probably want to skip because he's gonna be permanent. And that's about that. Easy reasons. There are 4 limited sync pairs this month. You might want to go there instead. But as, you know, your content creator, I'm gonna scout for 1 copy. As I said, I got completely shafted with Raihan. That's the last time I will say that right now. And I'm out of gems. I'm out of bundles. And I'm so irritated. And I'm going to only go for the paid route. I'm gonna save my gems until Victor finishes first. Let's deal with Victor first before I'll do my 3 non-paid multiples on his banner. So we're guaranteed 1 copy. You'll see me use or showcase 1 out of 5, or maybe if we're lucky 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5 Gordy. But I'm gonna limit myself, Gordy and Melanie, to the paid route for now. So until then, you know, just go for your, ignore that, just go for your faves instead of the meta, because the meta is changing again with the introduction of rebuffs right now, which is, I don't know what DNA is thinking of, because we do not need that feature. It's as if the difficulty is so high now that we need rebuffs. So yeah, that's it. If you haven't seen it, check out my how many gems can you get. I am actually worried right now about my gem count as well because of Zip. And yeah, that's the conclusion of my scout or skiff video for Gordie and Coalossal. I'm gonna try my best to convince myself to do Melanie. As you might know, Melanie I am most excited about. In fact, I think if only Melanie was not Spotlight, she has the potential to be like the best unit of the entire update. Maybe, at least in my opinion. Her kit is very, very good, guys. But she is Spotlight. And yeah, not exactly worth it to scout for Spotlight. So I'm gonna do a scout or skip video for Melanie, for Victor. Wish me luck, as well as the fall units as they come out. Wish me luck, wish me motivation, and you know, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, as it helps me get motivated if I see a lot of them. And leave a comment, let me know your thoughts, and probably give me some encouraging words, because honestly, I am bummed and burnt out. And yeah, that's... give me some inspiring words so that I can get motivated to continue. Something like that, guys. Real talk here. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much to my awesome members who have been kind enough to give memberships. Thank you, Shadow, Phil, and Jeremy. Thank you, Blaze, for 1 year of gifted sus. And thank you as well to my other awesome members out there who have been supporting me for the longest time. Huge shout out, Shadow, Phil, and Nick or Alcin for almost 2 years of support. And thank you to my awesome other members as well. Thank you, Marokman. Thank you, Aryan Singh. Thank you, Tacman. Thank you, Agent 10 Splatoon. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Luca. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Sasori Ambarion. Thank you, Marcella. Thank you, Lance Nice. Thank you, Iwiz. Thank you, Tatsuya Gold. Thank you, Apsaras Gaming. And thank you, TechMech, for your kindness and generosity and support. And if you want a shout out like this, as well as help me out, help out this poor guy who has been shafted. You can become a member by clicking on the join button down below. And you can support me for as low as $1 a month and get shoutouts like this every now and then. But with that said, I'm done with this video. Thank you so much for watching. This is Sol, also known as SPL Gum, also known as Spatial Gum, also known as Grunt. You're this Team Skull Grunt. And I will see you in the next video. Right.